Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. Distracted driving continues to be a major concern on Saskatchewan roadways. And whether you're using your cell phone or adjusting your music, taking your eyes off the road for a split second has proven to be a leading cause of accidents. Computer screens and cell phones are a favorite pastime for many. And with cases of obesity on the rise, experts are advising you to limit your screen time and get more active as a family. The month of January has seen a range of extremes in the weather across Saskatchewan, from bone-chilling conditions to balmy days well above the seasonal norm. A trend which Environment Canada explains has now brought us to the middle of winter, with very little in the form of precipitation. Thanks for joining us here today. Distracted driving continues to be a leading cause of accidents on Saskatchewan highways. We have more in today's top story. Distracted driving continues to be a major concern on Saskatchewan roadways. And whether you're using your cell phone or adjusting your music, taking your eyes off the road for a split second has proven to be a leading cause of accidents.
It's the number one cause of collisions. It's the number one cause of injuries resulting from traffic safety or from traffic collisions, and it's also the number two cause of fatalities based on 2016 numbers, which is the most recent year for which we have complete statistics available. In 2016, 42 people died in distracted driving related collisions. Another 1,200 were injured. There were a total of just under 8,300 collisions in 2016 that were attributed to distracted driving.
Motorists are further reminded that all drivers will be fined if caught using their cell phones, which includes operating, holding, or manipulating the device while operating a vehicle. And if you do break the law, there's a few hefty fines in place.
There's $280, and there are 4 demerit points under the Safe Driver Recognition Program. Furthermore, if you get caught using your cell phone twice within a year, you're going to have the vehicle you're driving seized for 7 days. And it doesn't matter if it's your vehicle or your mom's vehicle. And you will also be responsible, the owner of that vehicle will be responsible for all the towing and impound costs.
Therefore, to ensure everyone's safety on the roadway, pull over to the side of the road to take any cell phone calls or make a text. More information on the cell phone laws in Saskatchewan can be found online. For over 12 years, Southwest TV News has provided the visuals for the defining moments in our community. Support your community and help us to continue our work. Support our sponsors by watching the ads on YouTube and by clicking the ads on our website. Pennies per click, which will help us continue to bring you the award-winning news coverage you've come to expect from Southwest TV News. Less screen time and more physical activity is an ongoing message from Sask in Motion. Computer screens and cell phones are a favorite pastime for many. And with cases of obesity on the rise, experts are advising you to limit your screen time and get more active as a family.
What we know is that on average, kids are spending 7 to 8 hours a day on screen. So that's a lot of time, and screen time is actually one of the biggest barriers to getting kids active these days. But we think there's really an easy solution, and that is that if kids get 30 minutes of physical activity at home, 30 minutes at school, and 30 minutes in the community, they're getting their 60 to 90 minutes of physical activity most days.
A good starting point is to swap out 20 minutes of screen time for 30 minutes of active time per day. And the more it becomes a family activity, the better for everyone. More ideas on adopting an active lifestyle are available online at saskatchewaninmotion.ca. Well, as the days start to get longer in the coming weeks, and many are hoping for an early spring, we take a look at the long-term weather outlook for Southwest Saskatchewan. The month of January has seen a range of extremes in the weather across Saskatchewan, from bone-chilling conditions to balmy days well above the seasonal norm. A trend which Environment Canada explains has now brought us to the middle of winter, with very little in the form of precipitation.
January is still to play out, but it looks like it may come with this kind of a thawing situation. It may come out to be actually a little bit warmer than normal. But already in the bag are some cold days. You've had 18 days, for example, that's colder than minus 20. You normally would have maybe 13 by this time. But really, those days below minus 30, boy, it hasn't been just a little bit cold. It's been really cold at times. Temperatures below minus 30, which even for Saskatchewan is a cold day. You've had 8 of those days where normally you would maybe get 3 or 4 by this time of the year. I guess the one common denominator is that precipitation is down, unfortunately, and people would like to see a little bit more precipitation, but throughout all of the winter months, November, December, January, it's been a little on the scanty side, although you don't necessarily lose your crop in January, so there's still time to go.
And as the days start to get longer in the coming weeks, and many hope for an early spring, we can expect the following weather outlook for Southwest Saskatchewan.
Don't put away the snow shovel. Don't put away the polar fleece and balaclava. I mean, winter's not over, but it looks like we're going through a little bit of a thawing, melting, a little bit of a break in the next week or two, out to perhaps even till February. So, but, winter has a way of coming back and haunting us, and so we can't say what that's going to be. I look at the longer term, let's say February, March, a little bit of uncertainty as to where it's going to go. Our models are not clear on that, but I take that as good news because initially we were saying it looks like a colder than normal winter, where right now it's sort of like a toss-up. It could go back to being a little colder than normal, but has an equal chance of being warmer than normal. So my sense is our best models are saying, and the best confidence we have is right now and into the next month. And we think the flavor of this month is going to be milder than normal.
The seasonal high for this time of the year is -9, with an overnight low of -19. For over 12 years, Southwest TV News has provided the visuals for the defining moments in our community. Support your community and help us to continue our work. Support our sponsors by watching the ads on YouTube and by clicking the ads on our website. Pennies per click, which will help us continue to bring you the award-winning news coverage you've come to expect from Southwest TV News. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at southwesttvnews.com. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.